my name is Audrey Weidman, and I'm here to talk about the trauma that you feel after a heart attack or any major health catastrophe. And part of me here is I invited Linda Herrick to talk with us because she really helped me to give voice to what I was feeling. If you can imagine one of those big plastic balls that the people run on fields with and they kind of bump each other, I kind of felt like I was in this big bubble where I was just sort of numb because heart attack was not supposed to happen to me. Um, and, quite frankly, I have to say almost everybody I met who had a heart attack, even if you think like that was a heart attack waiting to happen, they never thought it was going to happen to them. And actually, that's a really good way to live your life. Like, not always thinking that something bad is going to happen to you. But when it does, there's a trauma, and that's why I turned to Linda. She was like one of the first people I really wanted to see. And just a little bit about Linda. She is the owner of Alternative Solutions located in Plainfield, Illinois. She's a metaphysical teacher approved by this acronym NCBTMB, and is a continuing education provider for massage therapists, a certified instructor for hypnosis through the International Hypnosis Federation. She's a public speaker, workshop, and retreat facilitator. She's really highly qualified. She works for Joliet Junior College, and she just has a gift at using a bunch of metaphysical tricks that she pulls out of her hat to kind of really help you, because I think sometimes the traditional healthcare system can be quite shocking to your system. And if you are looking to kind of minimize that traditional medical intervention and get on your feet quickly, she's the one. And maybe you could tell me sort of like some of the processes that you go through to help people who are experiencing a trauma.
Thank you so much for having me, Audrey. I think it's very important that people have voice. Whenever there's a drama within your body and it's silenced, it just can compound other problems. And oftentimes that trauma is there in a way to try to give you voice for what you're already feeling. There's a big emotional connection to our mental and our emotional and our physical selves. And so by really tapping in and to especially the emotional body and bringing that up, and I do a number of different modalities, including body wisdom, which is a little bit of hypnosis, a little bit of energy work, but all the answers of the universe are located within you. And it's really a matter of tapping into that, and your body is wise, and allowing your body to speak for you and to create a very safe environment so that it allows clients to give voice to what they're feeling, to balance out the body. It's really all about balancing your physical, your mental, your emotional, and your spiritual levels, and bringing that into wholeness and into complete balance.
Yeah, and she does this so wonderfully. I can't really thank you enough for helping me to get past this point, because I know I've talked with other survivors that couldn't talk about it for over a year. And you know what? Sometimes we're put out of our comfort zone, and you just got to deal with it because you want to get on with living your life like you're supposed to. And I guess I just think that this technique of well, I don't know if it's a technique. She's got a very multifaceted person, but to give voice to that, maybe you could talk a little bit about heart attacks and why, like from a sort of a spiritual standpoint or metaphysical standpoint, you think that they happen.
A lot of times, heart attacks and heart disease run in families. And a lot of that is you think about what the heart does, not just the physical heart, but that heart center. We all come to earth with our innocent heart center. And we just come here just to love. And oftentimes, in a very short period of time, you may begin to feel that that's not safe to do. And so you put blockages up, and you put barriers up, and you do everything you can to protect that innocent heart. And oftentimes you will see running in families, especially for men, that, perhaps grandpa blocked love. And because of that, his sons didn't learn how to give and receive love, so they block it. And so a lot of times when you block off your feelings and block off that love, it can go into a physical effect as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why things run through families, because energetic patterns run through families, and of course genetics may have things to do with it as well, but there's also an energetic component. Mm-hmm. And because that's the way we were raised, we didn't talk about our feelings, we didn't express ourselves, we didn't feel that was safe. And so often that will go down generations as well.
Mm-hmm. And I know some of this discussion might feel a little uncomfortable because it's not usually how in Western medicine or in our predominant culture that we talk about things. But let me ask you, if you ever think thoughts, do you think you can make yourself sick? Like, I think what you're saying is like the predominant thoughts we have will end up manifesting themselves in diseases if they are, your energy's blocked.
Or dis-ease or imbalance in the body, that dis-ease can manifest as a physical disease. This is not to blame anyone. This is not to say, gee, you experienced this and it's your fault because you thought or felt or something. Right. This is just a matter of there's emotional and mental components oftentimes with physical imbalances. And if you can balance out those mental and emotional components, then there's no need for you to have a physical aspect of that as well. Right. And so oftentimes, I always say if we don't listen to the whispers of our heart, sometimes we get something upside the head. So right. It's really a matter of tuning into the whispers of your heart, identifying those aspects that are out of balance, and then bringing them into balance. And oftentimes, it's as easy as really taking a moment to listen to your body, to listen to the wisdom of your body. And everyone has a story, and I just help you read that story.
Yeah. So if you want to find Linda, you could go to www.lindaherrick, spelled LindaHerrick.com. And if you are not in the Chicago area,
I do distant work as well.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, because everything is energy. So even, a phone call or a Skype or something, everything is energy. And I just would love for you to connect with Linda as well. Okay, thanks so much for listening.